is the warm-up to prepare your brain for something a little bit different. How many people in the room are wearing a watch? How many people in the room are wearing a watch? Okay, for those of you in the room that are wearing a watch, I'd like for you to take your watch off of your wrist and put it on the opposite wrist. Okay? And while they do that, I am going to ask those of us that are not wearing a watch to just fold your arms. Just fold your arms, however way you usually fold your arms. Now, based on how you usually fold your arms, I am going to ask you now to do it the opposite way. So, for example, typically when I fold my arms, both of my hands are underneath my elbows. So if I'm doing it the opposite way, I would fold my arms in such a way so that my hands are now resting on top of my elbows. So do the opposite of how you usually fold your arms. Okay, and I need you to hold that pose. And for those of you that have changed your watch from one wrist to the other, I need for you to let it stay there. All right, let it stay there and be okay with it. I already hear somebody hyperventilating. Okay? All right, so let me just do a quick perusal of the room just to see. So I've got some arm folders, and I've got some new watch wearers on a different wrist. All right, let me check it out. All right, so what was that adjustment like? Hold that pose, but what was that like?
There's a reason I wear it on the left arm because my left hand has 5 thumbs.
Ah, she says there's a reason that she wears it on her left arm because this one has, your left hand has 5 thumbs. Okay, that's another session, okay? All right, anybody else? What's that like to make that adjustment? How are you feeling right now? It feels different? Is there anybody in the room? And let's be honest. We only have a short amount of time together, so let's make the most of it. I need you to be honest. Anybody in here irritated with me right now? Annoyed? Some of you are thinking, well, I was annoyed with you when you were dancing earlier. All right. I want you to just think about how you're feeling to make those adjustments, however way that you would characterize it. There is an entire school of thought around that activity that says how you feel and how you respond to even making those kinds of changes can be a predictor to how you respond to change in general. So we're going to be playing around with that idea because in case you haven't heard, a new measure of fitness is how well you're able to adapt in a positive way.